You are waiting for a sign, for a guarantee, for the universe to send a permission slip that says the coast is clear. You are holding your breath and calling it life. What if you let it go? What if the secret is not in seeing further into the fog, but in turning your gaze to the solid wood of the dock beneath your feet? This is not a promise of magic. It is a lesson in physics. A mind clenched around "what if" has no hand free to build what is. For the length of this session, we will learn the art of the open hand. We will practice the discipline of trading your fear of the wave for your command of the sail. The central illusion of worry is that it is productive, that by tearing the future apart 100 different ways, you are somehow preparing for it. You are not. You are only preparing for a phantom. You are living a hypothetical pain, and in doing so, you are draining the strength you will need to meet the real moment, if it ever comes. Stoicism begins with a surgical distinction that cuts the fuel line to this engine of anxiety. It asks you to sort all the contents of your mind into two piles. In the first pile, everything that is not within your sovereign control. This is the vast, chaotic, external world. The future. The past. The opinions, decisions, and actions of other people. The market. The weather. The ultimate outcome of your efforts. This pile is not yours to manage. It is the sea. You cannot command it. In the second pile, small but mighty, everything that is within your control. Your judgments. Your intentions. Your efforts. Your focus. Your values. Your character. Your response, right now, in this breath. This pile is your ship. It is your craft. This is your only true domain. Worry is the exhausting, futile act of trying to steer the sea while letting your own ship drift. We must stop this. We must turn our energy, our fierce and precious attention, away from the uncontrollable waves and toward the mastery of our own vessel. This begins with the practice of anchoring in the present. Your mind is a time traveler that hates the present. It flees to the frightening future or the regretful past. Your first duty is to call it back. To do this, you engage the raw data of the now. Feel the weight of your body in the chair. Hear the most distant sound in the room. See the play of light on a surface. Worry cannot survive here. It needs the phantom future to live. You starve it by refusing to leave this moment. The present is the only place where action is possible, and action is the antidote to anxiety. From this anchor, you employ the premeditation of adversity. This is not worry. It is worry's opposite. Worry is a passive, fearful daydream of disaster. Premeditation is an active, courageous rehearsal of resilience. You briefly, calmly consider, what is the worst that could reasonably happen? Not the fantastical, but the plausible. And then you ask yourself, could I bear it? What would I do? How would my principles guide me? By visiting this possibility with a calm mind, you disarm it. You prove to yourself that you are not fragile. You transform the unknown monster into a mapped terrain. When your mind tries to worry later, you can say, I have already met that ghost, and I was not afraid. The next step is the transfer of investment. Worry is misplaced investment. You have invested your sense of safety in an outcome you cannot guarantee. The Stoic divests from the outcome and reinvests entirely in the process. Your peace is no longer tied to getting the job, but to the quality of your preparation. Your happiness is no longer tied to their approval, but to the integrity of your conduct. Your security is no longer tied to the stock price, but to the frugality and wisdom of your choices. You become like a skilled gardener who cares for the soil and the seed, but does not stand over the sprout demanding it grow faster. You do your part, and you let go of the rest. This is how you become unshakable. Finally, you cultivate the trust in your own capacity. Worry, at its core, is a story you tell yourself, I will not be able to handle it. Stoicism rewrites that story. You look not at the potential disaster, but at your own past. You have handled difficulty before. You have survived pain, disappointment, and surprise. You are here. You have a track record of resilience you are ignoring. Trust that the you that will meet the future problem will be equipped with the resources of that moment, not the depleted resources of today's imagination. Your capability evolves to meet the challenge. This is the shift. This is where everything starts working out. Not because the universe conspires in your favor, but because you start working differently. Your energy, once dissipated into the imaginary, is now concentrated on the real. Your focus, once blurred by 100 feared futures, becomes a laser on the single, actionable step in front of you. Your decisions are no longer made from a place of fear, but from a place of principled clarity. You become effective. People sense this calm. Opportunities find traction in your focused soil. Solutions present themselves to a mind that is not frantic. This is not magic. It is cause and effect. A still pond reflects the sky clearly. A turbulent one only shows chaos. You stop waiting for the fog to lift. You learn to navigate by a different star, the star of your own reasoned choice, right here, right now. The world does not change. The waves do not cease. But you are no longer waiting for calm water. You have remembered you are the sailor. You have remembered that a good sailor uses the wind, any wind, to set a course. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. They will never arrive. Start using the conditions you have. They are already here.